Hello guys, welcome back. Now, so here in this session, we'll explain foreign currency settings. Now, I'll tell you guys, nowadays, whatever the organizations are there, almost every organizations, right? Guys, is it having any time lag? Because here on the screen it is showing something. I'll just do one thing. First of all, we'll check the time lag. So you match my voice with the screen appearance on your uh, desktop. Okay, so look at here. Now I have shown PPT, then Excel sheet, PPT, Excel sheet, PPT, SAP screen, again PPT. Any time lag, any mismatch is there between my voice and screen, or it's fine?
It's fine, sir.
Good, good. Sure, ठीक है. Good. So now here, so nowadays what is happening, guys? Every organizations are having cross-border trade. Right, every organization, I mean to say, whatever the large organizations are there and medium-sized organizations are there, of course, so they will be having somehow or the other, they'll be having cross-border trade. Cross-border trade means, say for example, Tata Motor. Tata Motor, of course, it's having a huge market here in India. At the same time, let's suppose it is having market in US also, UK also, maybe a few other countries also. So what is happening, guys? Either or is like whichever organizations are there. So either customer or vendor, right? Say for example, in India itself, there is an organization and they are having certain supplier. There are certain particular chemical or any particular stuff, right? Which is needed for the manufacturing the end product, right? So the supplier is not belongs to India, maybe from neighboring country, Sri Lanka or Bangladesh or Nepal, right? So what happened whenever any such kind of trades are happening? So people are not accepting their local currency, Nepali currencies or Bangladeshi taka or in Sri Lanka, whatever their currency is there, right? So or else Myanmar is there, neighboring countries, right? Or else maybe from outside, even other countries also, maybe European countries or uh, other countries. So USD is the global currency, guys. Almost every organizations would like to receive the payment in US dollar because it is globally accepted currency. Then after a few other currencies are there, even euro is also well accepted currency throughout the world. Great Britain pound, like GBP is there, that is also well accepted currencies. Australian dollar is there, that is also accepted, right? Russian ruble is there, that is also. Nowadays, because of this war, actually some impact is there on their currencies, guys. But these are the stronger currencies, right? Now, now here, so dollar is everywhere accepted, and this is what like in global trade when you talk about. So always dollars are being used, right? And that is why you check, like if anybody is going to compare any currency, right? It is always going to be compared with dollar itself, right? Now, so let's suppose multiple, like let's suppose Tata Motor is having certain vendor or maybe certain customers outside of country. So what will happen? Of course, certain. Say for example, if I talk about vendor, okay. Now Tata Motor is having a market in US. So what is happening here? Let's suppose all the manufacturing and assemblings are happening here in India, right? Because the manufacturing unit is here in India, and then through cargo ship, let's suppose they have transported all these vehicles, four wheelers, and they are going to send to US market. So somewhere they'll be having a particular storage location, guys, that is called depot, right? So it is there at somewhere at central locations where all the vehicles are going to be stored. From there, they are going to be, it is going to be distributed to whatever the local dealers are there. to them. Now, whatever this depot is there, that is of course like it's there on which soil? It's there on USA, right? A particular honor will be there. It belongs to a particular honor, right, which belongs to USA only. So that honor become vendor. Why? Because we are taking services, isn't it? Services means rent related services. So every month, what is happening, guys? Every month, Tata Motor is going to receive one invoice. Now, let's suppose we are having so okay. So rent account. So in rent account, we have posted multiple transactions. These all are the transactions, right? At the same time, so now here what is happening, guys? What is the difference? This is like these all currencies are in INR and this is in USD. If you're going to make a total here, right? So it is showing like 31,100, right? 31,100. But this is not the correct figure. This is not the accurate figure. Why? Because these all values are in local currency, whereas this value is in foreign currency, right? So what will happen? Is this a correct report? Not at all. This is not at all a correct report, right? So what we have to do when a financial statement is going to be published, right? When or let's suppose any report itself is going to be prepared, then what will happen, guys? This $100 must be converted into our local currency, right? So here let's suppose the rate. If you talk about the rate, so 1 USD, let's suppose, equals 60. If this is the rate, if this is the rate, right, then what will happen? Better to keep it here. If this is the rate, right? Now, so now what is happening? At this rate, what is happening? So this is like you can say this is like transaction currency. This is transactional currency. It means transaction has taken place in this currency. Now what will happen, guys? It is going to be converted into local currency. Don't be confused, guys. When I'm typing, then I type in shortcut, so that is why. Don't look at the spellings and all. So local currency. Local currency means here these all are in local currency. Only this supposed to be converted. At which rate is it is going to be converted, guys? 1 USD equals to 60. So here how much I'm supposed to keep? Tell me quickly, guys.
600.
Yeah, simple. 6,000. Hope it is clear, guys. It's just a mathematical calculations, nothing else. No finance, no account, nothing. When I teach anything, guys, I make it very simple, right? Whether you are from finance account, finance background, non-finance background, account background, non-account background, that doesn't matter. What I expect, mathematical calculations must be there. Mathematical also, I don't need like too much, like what is a fast skill and all. Mathematics means till 10th class, everybody have studied the mathematics and all. That's it. That is more than enough, right? Simple calculations. So look at here now. Here, what is happening? So in this way, the transactions are getting posted in Indian currency. Are posted. This invoice. See what is happening when you post an invoice, right? So transaction must be recorded whenever it is taking place. That is the first, what is a principle, and second one is it must be so, and whichever currency it is taking place, of course, we are going to post in the same currency. Now, what will happen? So, you have posted in US dollar. Now, what is happening here? SAP is going to convert this automatically into local currency, that is INR, given USD. So, now it is converted into Indian currency. And this is the, so here if it say Now, so 37,000 is the correct figure, right? So how this conversion is going to happen? How this conversion is happening, right? So for this conversion, what we have to do? We have to perform foreign currency settings, right? Manually here in Excel sheet, I have posted these transactions and I have converted manually. But what will happen, guys? There are multiple transactions are going to be posted, and every day the rates are going to be different. Today a different rate, tomorrow maybe different rate. So what will happen? How it is going to be? So I'll tell you guys, whenever we post the transactions, you post the transaction in foreign currency itself, but automatically system is going to convert this transaction into local currency. Try to understand this one, guys. It's very, very, very simple. Everything is simple. Everything is simple. You just try to understand the concept which I'm going to explain, because I'll tell you guys, during interview, people are going to ask these things and all. 99% of the people are not able to understand what like interviewer is going to ask, or else while replying also they are going to give just a general answer, which is not acceptable. Because when the people says like, can you quote an example, everybody's are going to stuck there, right? Why? Because people are just mugging up the definitions. That's it. So if you mug up the definitions, how you are going to quote the example, right? If understanding is there, no need to mug up the definitions and all. You just quote the example. Immediately people will come to know that you are having perfect understanding, right? So for that, no need to have a very good communications and all. When I started my career, guys, I'm talking about like way back, almost 2008, right? But even in those days, also competitions were there. My communications was not like too good, right? So still, it was acceptable. And right now also. Okay. Now, knowledge must be there. And if you're having a good knowledge and all, immediately people will come to know the way you guys are going to explain the things. Okay. So we'll do one thing. So what we are going to do, guys, we are going to do this foreign currency settings. Okay. Now, if we talk about conversion, this conversion, right? Okay. So here, try to understand. Let's suppose, so at which rate it is going to be converted, right? Say, for example, you are going to visit US. Okay. So if you have to visit US, now what is happening, guys? There we need some US dollar in our pocket, in your pocket. So you have to buy the US dollar. You have to buy the US dollar, right? So if you have to buy the US dollar, then where you are going to approach? Maybe a particular bank you visited and you're saying that, okay, I need US dollar, let's suppose, right? Of course, you can convert now. So here, so bank is saying that, okay, if you need the US dollar and all, then let's suppose at this rate, okay, bank is saying that at this rate we are going to sell the dollar. It means bank is saying that you give us 62 rupees, I'm going to give you $1, right? So this is called bank selling rate. Simple, very simple. Bank selling rate means what, guys? The rate at which bank is selling the US dollar, or any financial institutions, right? Now, again, let's suppose your trip is completed. You came back to India once again. Now in your pocket, still there are certain US dollar is there which is remained. So now what will happen, guys? What will happen here in Indian market? So what we have to do? Now we are going to sell this US dollar. So you have to sell this US dollar. Then what is happening, guys? Bank is saying that Bank is saying that now whatever your dollar is there, that I'll buy at this rate. It means you give me $1, I'll give you 58 rupees. So what is called, guys, this one? Buying rate, right? See, think in terms of like bank perspective, not you as an individual, right? Think on behalf of bank. So this one means bank buying rate with 62 rupees. At this rate, sorry, bank selling rate. At this rate, bank is selling the US dollar. And at this rate, bank is buying the US dollar. Bank buying rate, right? And there will be average rate also. So average rate means buying rate plus selling rate divided by 2. Why? Because I'll tell you. Now here, which rate is going to be specified? The question is, which rate is going to be specified? Bank buying rate or bank selling rate? Someone tell me, guys, which rate is supposed to be specified, 62 or 58? And you have to give the logicals. Anyone is having any logic? Can we specify bank selling rate, guys?
Yes, sir. I
When
think selling rate is what we need to take.
bank selling rate, when you are going to specify, why you are going to specify bank selling rate?
Because bank is selling that that's why I
Your
need
voice is
to
not clear,
take.
Chirag. Can you speak a bit, what is it, loudly and clearly?
Because bank is selling us at the rate of 62.
No, dear, that is not the logic. See, we have to say like why bank selling rate itself? Why not bank buying rate? In which case we have to specify selling rate, in which case we have to specify buying rate. That is what you guys need to learn, right? That understanding you must be having, or else entire configurations, you do all the configurations and all. If you don't know the logic, what is the use of these configurations, right? That is why it is taking time, or else entire foreign currency settings, max to max 5 to 10 minutes, guys, it's going to be finished. You watch the YouTube videos in 10-15 minutes, setting is completed, right? But ultimately what you have learned, nothing. Why we are doing that, we need to understand, right? So I'll tell you guys, pretty simple. Anybody want to say something here? Okay, this one, try to understand, guys. Configurations will not take much time, and if you talk about the steps, very limited number of steps are there. Pretty simple to configure this foreign currencies and all, right? Very simple. But if you talk about the concepts, if you talk about the logic, look at here how much time it is going to take. And of course certain other things also I have to explain, which is pretty exclusive, guys, and that is going to be asked by people. There are also lots of people, they don't know those concepts, right? That also I have to explain. Okay, so here, bank buying rate and bank selling rate. Now I said this Tata Motor, let's suppose, is having like there is a vendor in US market, or is not in US market. Say for example, Tata Motor is having only vendor, maybe in neighbor country itself, in Nepal itself. Say for example, there is a specific a particular chemical which is being delivered by a particular vendor which is there in different country, neighboring country called Nepal. Let's suppose there, from there the vendor is delivering this what to say, this particular chemical which is not available here in India. Let's suppose. Okay, so what will happen? What kind of transactions are happening, guys? That only vendor is there, right? Only vendor is there. Now what will happen, guys? What will happen? So it means all the customers belongs to India itself, right? If you talk about foreign transactions, what is happening, guys? You have to, it means we are having vendor in Nepal, right? So this is what only the foreign transaction is happening, right? So when foreign transaction, let's suppose, is happening, in that case what is happening, guys? That transaction must be posted here into SAP, and when this transaction is getting posted, then what will happen, guys? Two rates are already there, right? On bank portal, let's suppose these two rates are specified already. So if I am having only vendor, in that case, which rate supposed to be specified here, guys? Bank buying rate or bank selling rate? Someone tell me. Now, put some pressure on your mind, guys, and then think and let me know. Buying rate or selling rate? And you have to explain the logic also. Anybody want to say something? Okay. No worries. Chalo. I'll give some more. So now here, okay, guys, tell me. So let's suppose that vendor is there from Nepal. Now what is happening? Vendor has sent you an invoice worth of $100. So what will happen, guys? Tata Motor is going to send this $100 to the vendor account. So Tata Motor, what is happening? Tata Motor is maintaining its account, let's suppose in HDFC. So what will happen? The amount is there in Indian currency, right? Now Tata Motor is saying that I have to make payment in US currency. Foreign currency payment is also, let's suppose, possible, right? So foreign currency payment is also possible. So what is happening? Whatever the Indian currency is there, like that is going to be converted into foreign currency in the sense US dollar, and that amount is going to be paid to the vendor, right? So in that case, what is happening, guys? In that case, what is happening? Again, so when you talk about the conversion of Indian currency into USD, right? So we have two rate. At which rate it is going to be converted? Any idea, guys? This rate or this rate? Tata Motor need to make payment to the vendor. So what is happening? Tata Motor is having account in HDFC. In HDFC, let's suppose Tata Motor is having already maintained like 1 million or like 10 lakh rupees, right? They have to make payment of only $100 or maybe $1,000. So what is happening? Whatever the, let's suppose, currency, whatever the 10 lakh rupees is available, from there only they are going to convert this into US dollar, and that is going to be. So at which rate it is going to be? So Jayanti is saying,
Bank buying rate.
Anita is saying bank buying rate. Jayanti is saying bank selling rate. Shiva is saying. So why bank buying rate, dear? And why bank selling rate also? That you have to specify, right? Anybody? You have to explain the logic.
We need to convert the current rupees to dollar to pay them.
So what you mean to say? If you need to convert this, what you mean to say? What you're saying?
We need to convert the rupees to dollar to pay the vendor.
So what exactly we are doing in that case? If we need to convert, means what activity we are doing? What is happening here? Buying or selling?
We are buying the currency.
We are buying the currency, right? So if we are buying the currency, then it is bank buying rate only, right? Isn't it?
Sir, I think it's a bank selling rate because we are buying from the bank to make payment to the vendor. So we are it is it will be bank selling rate, sir.
But you are buying, then how it is bank selling rate?
No, it's from the bank point of view. If we say,
Yes.
we are buying from the bank.
Uh-huh.
So the bank is
Yes.
selling to us.
Yes, exactly. That's what I want to hear from you people, right? So that is why I was trying to make you people confused. It's okay. So now here, yes, that is the correct answer. So here Anita is saying vendor payment is USD, so we can buy the currency. We are buying the currency, dear, but you look at the bank perspective. Who is the seller, right? Bank is the seller, right? So which rate is going to be here? That's what I'm saying here in first example. 62. It is bank selling rate. It means the bank is selling USD. So let's suppose if I have to make payment to the vendor, then what is happening? I am having rupees, Indian currency is there, right? And if you are going to, in the sense, if I'm going to convert into USD, then what is happening, guys? It means I'm buying the USD from bank, right? So I am the buyer. So who is the seller? As I said, like you have to think about the from the bank perspective. So what about the bank? I am buyer, but who is what about bank? Bank is seller, right? So it means bank is selling the US currency. So what is happening when the bank is selling? Then bank will say this is the charge applicable. See, I'll tell you guys, the charges are not going to be decided by you people, isn't it? Who is the person who is going to dominate this? Of course, bankers, right? So now in this case, what is happening from bank side? Bank is saying that I'll sell USD at this. So now here what is happening, guys? If you're having vendor, then this rate is going to be specified. Why? Because the vendor is belongs to a different country. Vendor is not going to accept payment in USD, sorry, in Indian currency. So of course, cross-border trade means US dollar is required. You are having your bank account in your local currency. So what will happen? Of course, foreign payment is like for organizations and all, almost whatever the bankers are there, they are giving these facilities and all this. So in that case, what is happening? So simply payment, how they are going to make? So let's suppose they'll be having options. Let's suppose to select like, okay, payment is going to be made in US dollar. How much amount? 100. So if the moment you selected $100, immediately equals to 6,200, 6,200, right? INR is going to be shown by system. That if you make payment of $100, it means from your account, this 6,200 rupees is going to be deducted, isn't it? So this is how. So in which case, I said like in which case bank selling rate is specified, guys. If anybody asks in which scenario, in which circumstances we are going to specify, we are going to maintain bank selling rate. Where these rates are going to be maintained, guys? It is going to be maintained in exchange. I'll just type in shortcut exchange rate table. Okay, there will be a table called exchange rate table. I'm just typing like this. Exchange rate table. Okay, in exchange rate table, what is happening, guys? These rates are going to be maintained. So in exchange rate table, what happened, guys? Here during interview, people ask, okay, in which circumstances we are going to maintain only bank selling rate in exchange rate table. If there are 100 candidates out of 100, everybody are going to shut down their phone. They know all the configurations, right? What is the use of this knowledge, guys? No use. If they are unable to, uh, what do you say, answer the questions, right? So, because the understanding is not there, so you have to say, logically you have to think, right? So exchange rate. So in exchange rate table, how it is going to maintain that I'll show you practically. Don't worry. First of all, we have to understand the concepts, right? Configuration, as I said, within 10-15 minutes it is going to be completed, and even certain other things also I have to explain, guys. That is pretty exclusive, right? If you talk about like what do you say? If you talk about the configurations, right? In configuration, certain steps are there. Let's suppose here, if you talk about translation ratio, what is the use of translation ratio, right? There is a question recently. Why do you specify like 1:1 translation ratio? Isn't it? When we maintain the translation ratio, like if you check whatever the tutorials are there, everywhere the people are going to specify 1:1, right? Why can't 1:10, right? Why can't 1:100? And if you say yes, it is possible, 1:10 ratio is also possible, under which condition it is, right? You quote the example. There is no example, right? Why? Because they have not tested and no one has explained. And that is why the candidates, even though they know all the configurations are installed and all, still the rejection is happening. Why? Because whatever the logics are there, that is missing, right? So anyway, guys, it will not happen with you people, right? Sure. So again, I'll come back on this one. First of all, you try to understand this one here. So what I said here, exchange rate table. So where the rates are going to be maintained, the rates are going to be maintained in exchange rate table. And the question I asked, like, okay, you tell me under which circumstances, or like when, like we maintain only what to say, when we are going to maintain this bank selling rate in exchange rate table, when we maintain bank buying rate only in exchange rate table, right? So here bank selling rate I told. So you have to say that if let's suppose only vendors are there, right, where the payments are going to be made in foreign currency for the vendors only, in that case bank selling rate is going to be specific, is going to be maintained. If people are asking why, then you have to say that of course the vendors are there, and where like payments, where we have to, like if like we have to make the payment to the vendor in foreign currency, in that case what will happen? In that case we have to purchase the foreign currency, in the sense dollar, from bank. So bank is seller, right? And bank is seller means bank is going to, like we are going to convert the local currency into US currency at a particular rate, but that rate is called bank selling rate, right? So at bank selling rate only we are going to buy this US dollar, right? So that is why bank selling rate is going to be specified here into, because at this rate only we have purchased the US dollar, right? So if you post a transaction, this is supposed to be. Now in which case we maintain only like let's suppose buying rate itself. So if you're having only customer, in that case we are going to specify buying rate only. And if you're having both, then what is happening? Then you can specify average rate, right? Or else even we can specify all three also. Average rate also you can specify, buying rate also you can specify, selling rate also you can specify. So how the controls are happening? Look at here, guys, how much depth is there? Depth is there, right? Really, it's going to confuse you people, right? So don't worry, guys. It's going to be very, very, very simple. We'll explain all the things with the logic. So now here, selling rate, buying rate. Hope you guys are able to understand. Buying rate means if you are having customer, then what is happening? We are receiving payment from customer, right? Customer has made payment in US dollar. So we have received US dollar in our account, right? So what is happening, guys? Accounts, it means that $100, isn't it? Now $100 is going to be converted into Indian currency, right? So $100 that we have received, then what is happening, guys? It means we are going to sell this. You are selling this $100 to your bank. So bank is saying that I'll buy this $100 at this rate, at 58 rupees. So this is called bank buying rate. So in case of customer, what is happening? We are receiving the US dollar. That dollar we are selling to the bank. So bank is going to buy this. So bank will buy at which rate, guys? At this rate. This is called bank buying rate. So in case of customer, what is happening? Buying rate. In case of vendor, we are having selling rate and ABC, average rate, right? So buying rate plus selling rate divided by 2. This is how it is going to be counted. The average it is going to be counted, right? Okay. So which one is going to be maintained? This one is going to be maintained. This one is going to be maintained. This one is going to be maintained. Or all three are going to maintain. See, I'll tell you guys, that is your client decision. The kind of requirement they are going to specify, based on that. Okay. Based on that, they are going to maintain these rates and all. Here, of course, we have to do the configurations, right? We have to do the configurations and all, and maintaining the rate in exchange rate table, that is totally their work. That is going to be maintained by particular users from client side only once the implementation is completed, right? So that is totally their decisions. But anyway, so these are the things: bank buying rate, bank selling rate, and average rate. These three are the rates which is going to be. So which rate is going to be specified here in exchange rate table? That is their decision. Okay, so sometime what happened? Client says that you just do one thing. So I said like only vendor is there, then selling rate, only customer, buying rate, and if vendor and customer both, then average rate. Sometimes say vendor says that when you post any AP related transactions in foreign currency, then this rate supposed to trigger. When you post any transactions, account receivable related transactions, this rate supposed to be triggered. When you post any general vouchers, right, it means GL related GL to GL transactions, right? In that case, this rate supposed to be triggered. How it is going to happen? Of course, this is also going to happen. Pretty simple, very simple, guys. Right? We'll see this. Okay. So again, right now AP AR, I have not started, right? We are still in GL setting itself, but still, I'll tell you how the control is there, so that you guys will be having, you know, perfect understand. Okay. So okay. So how this conversion is going to happen, guys? How the currency, this like US dollar got converted into local currency based on this exchange rate, and where it is going to maintain? It is going to maintain under a particular table that is called exchange rate table. It means simply you have to maintain the rate. In the sense, user is going to maintain the rate, and automatically when the transaction is going to be posted, system will check this exchange rate table, that what rate is already specified over there, and based on that, what is happening, guys? Based on that, SAP is going to convert this foreign currency into local currency, right? Now, if you talk about the configurations, guys, look at here. So your bank buying rate, bank selling rate, and average rate, there are certain codes, right? What is the use of these codes, guys? G, B, M. These are the standard code given by SAP. If you want to set up your own, that also can be done, but not needed, guys. Whatever is given by SAP is sufficient enough. You can use this. We need to understand the logic, right? So okay. So when you talk about the rates, right? How the rates are going to be specified, we'll see this, and then you will be able to understand the logic behind this codes. Chalo. So we'll do one thing, guys. We'll do the configurations. So first of all, define translation ratio for currency translation. That is the first step. Now, what is this translation ratio? What is the use of translation ratio? Isn't it? So if I explain, I can explain in one line. I can quote a theoretical example, right? So the way I'm going to explain the things and all, maybe in 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, it's going to be explained, right? Your understanding will be zero, isn't it? I'll quote a practical example, and I'll show you practically. I can show you what is the impact of this translation risk. But first of all, let me do one thing, guys. Let me do the configurations. Okay, so first of all, we'll do one thing, guys. We'll do the configurations. We'll perform the testing, right? And then one by one, we'll explain the logic, certain logic. What are the logic? I'll tell you guys. So here, OBBG, sorry, not OBBG. What is the transaction code, guys? It is OBBS. OBBG is like a different one, guys. That also will come into picture later when I cover GST related settings and all, tax on sales purchase. There we'll see that. Okay, right now OBBS. Do you want to continue? Yes. Okay, so here what we have to do, just do one thing. Click on inventory. So what is this, guys? Exchange rate type. How SAP will come to know whether we are going to maintain bank buying rate or selling rate or average rate, right? So different. So this is bank buying rate, right? Look at here. So bank buying rate Z, selling rate B, average rate M, right? I don't know why they have kept this G or B or M, right? Buying rate supposed to be B, selling rate supposed to be S, right? Average rate supposed to be. That was better, guys. It will be easy to remember, right? But anyway, it is given by SAP standard. It is, this code is given by SAP, and it is coming from long back, like even earlier when the older version was there. There also same code was there, guys. It's okay. So, so what is happening, guys? So bank buying rate, selling rate, and average rate. So these codes are there. With the help of this code, SAP will come to know whether we are going to maintain buying rate, selling rate, or average rate. Okay. I think more clarity you guys will be getting. Don't worry. So right now, first of all, exchange rate, right? Exchange rate. So here, buying rate, selling rate, or average rate. Let's suppose I'm going to specify average rate, right? Then from currency and to currency, the validity is going to be specified, guys. Let's suppose this is the validity, valid from. So this is the data I've given. Okay, and I think valid from, if I give this one, then already better to give the current date only, right? Because exchange rate table means it is a client level setting, guys, right? So if you maintain the rate, isn't it? If you maintain the rate, then what will happen? It is going to have impact on every company. We'll see that. Ratio 1:1. What is the logic behind this ratio, guys? That an entry exists with the same key, it means somebody has already maintained this rate, right? It is a common server, we all know. So somebody might have maintained this rate. Where is that? So that you can check it. I'll check it here. So it means exchange rate type M, from currency USD to currency Indian currency, and valid from. So I have given the current date only and present. So look at here, already it is maintained with someone. It's okay if it is somebody maintained, it's okay. So no, the same thing, even I was also going to maintain. So it is, if it is already maintained, leave it, right? Okay, just save it. So what we have done, we have maintained the translation ratio. What next, guys? Enter exchange rate. And it means like we have to maintain the exchange rate table, right? So OB08. In the sense, whatever the rates are there, where it is going to maintain, guys, it is going to maintain against a table called OB08. Sorry, transaction code is OB08. OB08. Here we are going to maintain. So hopefully, I think that is already maintained by someone. Check it, guys. M USD INR 05/05/2022. Press enter. Definitely it is maintained. Of course it is maintained by some. I'll just do one thing. I'll just delete it. So and save it. And then I'll maintain it here once again. A different way. So here exchange rate type. Okay. A validity. So 05/05/2022 today's date. Now USD and here INR. So 1 USD equals to how many INR, guys? Let's suppose 62. I said 62 is bank selling rate, right? Or is 60 itself if you are going to specify average rate, press enter. And there is another thing. So first of all, I said like translation ratio, there is a logic. That also I'll explain practically. Direct quotation, look at here, and indirect quotation. There is a logic behind this one also, guys. There is a logic. This is also a bit confusing. Confusing in the sense, as I said, nothing is confusing, guys. It all depends the way people are going to explain the things. The kind of example is quoted by faculties and all, right? So based on that, the things are going to be easy or difficult, isn't it? So don't worry. That also I'll explain. But not, it is not possible to explain each and every things in a single session itself. It takes time. right? So right now what to do, just save it. Okay, so whatever the required configurations, minimum configurations are required configurations are there, that we have done. Now we'll post a transactions and we'll see that whether we'll post a transaction into foreign currency, and we'll see that whether system is going to convert that foreign currency amount into local currency as per this rate or not, right? If it is going to be converted, it means your configuration is fine and the system is able to read out this rate, right? And then further whatever the remaining things are there, that I'll explain. Okay, so first of all, what will happen, guys? You just do one thing, because right now we are in just beginning itself. We started our journey, right? So we'll do one thing. Right now we are having GL settings, so GL related, and that too we are having limited number of 2-3 GLs are only there. So use this rent related posting 05. Okay, and here, and date, of course current date, because in current date itself I have specified the rates and all. In which currency, guys? So let's suppose in US dollar. GL account, and then amount in document currency. Look at here, this can be changed. Amount in local currency. Look at here, this is in gray color. It means you don't have any control on this one. Whatever amount we are going to enter here, so based on like this amount means $100. SAP is going to check the exchange rate table, what rate we have specified over there, and based on that rate, what is happening, automatically SAP is going to convert this amount into your local currency, and you will come to know here that how much is going to be. $100 means if it is getting, if 6,000 is getting updated, it means everything is fine, right? And press enter. And look at here, system is not considering our configurations. Why it is not, guys? We have maintained the rate, na? 60. Okay, chalo, we'll see this. So why it is not being considered, guys? Here also lots of people will be confused. Okay, system is not taking this exchange rate type, right? Okay. So I'll tell you guys. See, for me, I'm able to understand where is the problem, right? Lots of people are going to be confused. I'll tell you guys, in order to determine the exchange rate, right, document type play a crucial role. Somebody might have assigned a different exchange rate type against the document type, and that is why system is not able to consider our rate. Okay, you guys will be having bit confusion, but don't worry, I'll let you know. But you just go to OBA7 and here definitely. Okay, so go to HM12. Somebody is there already. Delete all. Chalo. Go to OBA7. OBA7 SA document type, right? SA document type. Double click. Look at here, the exchange rate type. Somebody has given B. See, there is a control. See, that's what I'm saying, guys. Document type. Till now, what we know, it controls what? So I have already explained. It controls the number ranges, right? It controls certain fields also, and that too header text and what you say, reference field, right? And multiple other explanations also I have given. Now another thing is going to be, even like exchange rate type is also going to be controlled by document type. How again that is like, I'll explain, guys. Don't worry right now. We just have to perform our what you say, testing. Okay. So now once again, FB50. A very simple explanations will be there, guys. Very simple explanations. Press enter now. Oh my god, I've forgotten to change this currency. I made a mistake. Here it is supposed to be USD, right? And then your GL account, $100, then bank account, and credit $100. Press enter. Now look at here. Our rate is taking place. It means system is reading out average rate, right? Average rate. System is going to read out this rate. So it means everything is fine, right? If you check here, if you simulate, right? Everything is fine. You just save it. So $100, right? You just display here. Here also you can check, right? So this is in local currency, right? And again, if you click on display currency, where it is, guys? Yeah, here. So here, look at here, amount in transaction currency $100, and that is going to be converted again here into Indian currency. Or else like here, this one you can do the setting, guys. Here we are having this, choose the layout, right? So local currency is also, in the sense like transaction currency is also appearing, and transaction currency got converted into local currency, that is 6,000 rupees. So this is also appearing, right? So now here what is happening, guys? If you check the rent, what to say, balance, in the sense rent account, GL account, if you are going to check, so what will happen? FBL 3N. So here it is going to show you the value in local currency, right? So it is like already, so look at amount in local currency, right? So here I think this one is the, okay, look at here, the document currency is US dollar, right? And local currency is Indian currency. So document transaction amount also you can add here. Amount in local currency, right? And here you will be having amount in document currency also. Somewhere it will be multiple, I'll just search out here, UND amount, press enter. So you just click on find next, amount in local currency, no, amount in document currency we need. Keep on pressing find next. Yeah, amount in document currency, that I'm going to bring here. So document currency, then the amount in document currency, then local currency, and amount in local currency, let's suppose. Click on copy. So look at here, this is the document currency. Here we have posted $100, and that is converted into 6,000 rupees. That currency, this currency you can keep here, and this currency you can keep here, right? Or is in this way also it's okay. So if you want to save this format, then what is happening, guys? You have to, here you will be having somewhere where it is, yeah, layout. You need to save it on a particular layout. It's, so somebody has created, it's okay. Okay. So now this is how it is going to be, right? Still, as I said, like lots of things are there to explain. That is going to be explained in next session, guys. Okay. So that's all in this session, guys, and that's all for today.